Hello people, it's your boy Usman back again with another video. Yes, it's been a week. I've been away, I've been busy with work. Mainly we was hosting a football tournament. Some of you might know, some of you actually turned up and showed a brother some love while man was working. Yes, I appreciate you guys, I appreciate your homies. Anyways, let's get into the video. Quite a lot has happened since I've not made a video. Jack shit's happened actually. Man has got a notepad here from last week. This is from last week, yeah. This is exactly the notes I left last week. Surprise, surprise, I made the notes for this video. It's exactly the flipping same. So let's go through it again, starting with that man, flipping Morata. Let's see what's happened with the Morata situation. First things first, yeah, basically, apparently his agents had a meeting on the Monday, which is yesterday, with the sort of representatives of Real Madrid, basically pushing the move for Manchester United. The situation is pretty much the exact same as what it was last week. You know, people say Morata has been on his honeymoon. He's come back from his honeymoon to push through a move for United. But the situation is Ed Woodward is not willing to pay the fee. From what I'm gathering, Jose Mourinho seems to be a flipping frustrated figure at United at the moment because he's not really getting any of the sort of signings he's wanting. A lot of people have been criticising Woodward for this, you know, basically his lack of ability to close down a deal, you know, negotiate in general. Apart from his marketing aspect, people are just absolutely ripping into Ed Woodward and saying that the guy needs to be sacked. He needs to fix up or flipping leg it because he's going to cost us Jose Mourinho. You know, I've been thinking about this. There's a couple of different scenarios. First things first, you know, Woodward, I kind of empathize for him to an extent, basically. Just to an extent, hear me out here before you kill me in the bloody comments. The reason I empathize with him is because some of the teams are taking the piss. Let's be honest, I've said it on numerous occasions. Morata's never been worth 90 million. Perisic has never been worth 52 million. And who else was it? There's a couple other people that have been quoted absolutely ridiculous prices. Can't remember the top of my head. But you get the gist. Basically, teams are offering us players for stupid amount of money. Yes, I understand we paid a stupid amount of money for Pogba, but this is a completely different ballgame. Morata was on the bench last year. Real Madrid only bought him for 26 million. So how the hell a player that's been on Real Madrid's bench, which was signed the summer prior for 26 million, could be worth 90 million is beggars belief. Like I said, he's not worth more than 65 million. 60 million is about right, and even then that's flipping overpriced. However, they want 90 million. That's kind of why I feel sorry for Woodward. Exactly the same with Perisic. I have actually been told that we have gone in for another deal for Perisic, but I will touch on it shortly. Yeah, so regarding the Morata situation, basically all is Real Madrid want 90 million. We're not willing to pay. The reason United fans such as myself are getting mad frustrated is because we have the flipping money. Let's not shy away from it. That's the only thing that I can't back Ed Woodward on. You know, normally I'd be like, no, I can give him the benefit of the doubt, but look, we have the money. We need the flipping player. Let's not BS ourselves about it. You know, we need the player badly. Let's not flipping sugarcoat it. We're desperate for the flipping striker. We need a clinical striker. Somebody's going to at least get us 20 goals. Now that we've lost Zlatan as well, you know, we've lost 28 goals, yeah, and we were already under the flipping recommended amount of goals to win the flipping league. So minus 28 on top of that. So we need goals badly. Therefore, we need a striker. So just play the flipping money, Woodward. It's not my money. It's not flipping your money. You're still getting paid. Just put down the money and bring flipping Morata because it looks like he wants to come to United. Moving on, sticking to the striker department, that man Hernandez apparently in negotiations or basically rumoured to be in talks with West Ham United for a fee of 13 million. Yes, you heard me correctly. 13 flipping million. You know, there's a couple of things that I've spoken to a couple of people on social media. You obviously know who you are if you're watching this video. Their sort of standpoint is on why the hell would Hernandez come back to Man United knowing that he's going to be a bench player when he can go to West Ham and he's almost guaranteed to be a starter. I completely understand that standpoint. However, as a United fan, somebody who loves Hernandez, from what I've gathered as well, he seems to love the club in return. Why the hell would he want to come back? He's going to be in the Champions League. West Ham are a flipping shite team, let's be honest. They're an average team. Without Payet, they've been absolutely shocking this season. Why would he go to West Ham? He's not going to be competing in any sort of major trophies or for major trophies. He's not going to be playing on the biggest stage. Yes, I understand he's potentially going to have a bit part, you know, sort of role, but he's going to realistically play about 30 games a season, given how many games we've played or will play this season, given how many competitions we're, you know, fighting for an all front. So Hernandez, for me, yes, he might be on the bench more than he probably wants, but he'll still be playing roughly 30 games a season. For me, that's more than enough for anyone to entice Hernandez back to United. So for me, 13 million is an absolute steal, a bargain. Call it what you like. I just think it's a no-brainer for me personally. Moving on to Perisic, like I already just touched on, Jose Mourinho again is very frustrated. He seems to want Perisic really badly because, like I said a couple of weeks ago, it might be like 3-4 weeks ago, Perisic is the kind of player that will offer us perfect balance and allows us to play a different sort of style of football, gives us a different dimension to our overall play. You know, allows Jose to play that his probably more favourite formation of 3-5-2 or even 3-4-3. You know, it just gives us a different option to what Douglas Costa would do. So basically what I'm going to do, you know, obviously everyone's talking about Fabinho, Matic, etc. I will touch upon that shortly, but I just want to go on the Perisic and Morata situation. Basically, this is my theory. Okay, so look at all the players that are available, yeah? The three players that I've said, I want to Douglas Costa, Aubameyang, and I want Nainggolan, okay? So on paper, them three are probably, in my personal and humble opinion, are probably the best three out there on ability-wise, individual ability. Let's just put it like that. So, from what I'm hearing and what it sounds like, the people that Jose Mourinho wants is Morata, so instead of Aubameyang, Perisic instead of Acosta, and Matic or Fabinho. I don't know about Fabinho's situation. Well, I know about, like I said, I'll touch upon that. Or Matic instead of Nainggolan. Okay, so if you were to compare my options to Jose's choices, you clearly can say that mine are flipping the better individual players. Okay, so this is my theory on the situation, okay? So basically what's happening is Jose is picking players that will fit the system he wants to play. So if I was in charge of Man United, I would be wanting to play 4-3-3. Therefore, Douglas Costa, being a winger, would be absolutely fantastic for the 4-3-3 formation. However, if we were to play 4-3-3 and Sam Perisic, it wouldn't really make much you know, it won't make much sense basically because Perisic is nowhere near better than Costa on that wing. Just overall ability going forward. Obviously, I'm not about his defensive attributes and all that kind of stuff. So basically, this is my theory. I think Jose is mainly buying players that will fit his new system of 3-5-2. That's why he's going for Perisic over the likes of Douglas Costa. I have been stressing over the last couple of weeks saying, why the hell he's not going for Costa? You know, it's kind of, you know, the last couple of weeks has made me realise, you know what? The reason he's not going for Costa is because he can't play him in a 3-5-2. No way Costa can play as a wing-back position. Where would he fit in that system? If we were to go 3-5-2, there's nowhere for Costa to play. You know, the thing is with Perisic, he can actually play wing-back position. He's very hard-working and tenacious, and obviously he'll give an opportunity to free up Pogba in the middle of the park, and also allows to play two up front, which will give an opportunity for Rashford and Martial to thrive under that sort of formation. So basically, from what I'm gathering is, I feel like Jose is buying players that will fit a system rather than players on basically technical ability. So for me personally, if it was between Morata and Aubameyang, in a 4-3-3, it would be an absolute no-brainer. You'd play Aubameyang because he's a way better striker than Morata. However, in a two up front, Morata's link-up play is absolutely flipping phenomenal. So that's probably what I think. If we were to play a 3-5-2 with Perisic on the left wing-back position, Morata in a two with Rashford, his link-up with Rashford is going to bring the best out of Rashford and obviously bring out the best of all the other individuals in the team. Because if you were to play 4-3-3, it wouldn't make sense to buy Morata. Well, I suppose you still could buy Morata. Obviously, link-up will be fantastic. However, it won't see the best out of Rashford because he's going to be pushed to the wing. However, if you were to play 3-5, however a lot, if you were to play 3-5-2, it will bring the best out the other individuals that we've currently got in the squad. And I feel like Jose is trying to do that. The situation with Matic is obviously he's already played that at Chelsea and he's seen how he can, you know, do and obviously cope in that position. He just, the way he plays in that position, he just sets up defensively and allows other players to have a bit of freedom. I'm just going to get into the CDM position. First things first, I don't really want Matic. You know why I don't want him. He's slow. He's okay on the ball. He's a decent player overall. However, Nainggolan or Fabinho, the obvious choices over Matic for me. Fabinho looks like it might be going to PSG. However, Monaco are kind of reluctant to selling him to a local rival, which completely makes sense. They're on Arsenal selling their flipping players to everybody else. But no, seriously. Yeah, Fabinho looks like he might be interested in a PSG move. Again, that would be a massive disappointment for United, and basically the reason why we're frustrated. Let's be honest, if it was up to me, I would have signed Fabinho ages ago. I would have signed Douglas Costa and I would have signed Morata. I don't give a damn what we would have paid. We would have put the money, well, actually I would have signed Aubameyang over Morata, so 70 million for Aubameyang. So like I said, the money's not mine, it's not yours either, Edward. Put the flipping money down and sign the players that we need. However, the issue is what I've just sort of mentioned. I don't understand the only understanding I can get from this is Jose is playing a certain system and he needs a certain player. So Perisic will suit the system. Yes, he's not the most exciting signing. However, he will bring the best out of other players. The perfect example, I might have already mentioned in some of my other videos, is Alonso for Chelsea. If you were to say to me, the season before what's just happened, we're signing Alonso or Moses in a wing back position, I would have been like, what the flip is that? But you saw exactly what they did. Yes, they did the dog work. They allowed other players to flourish in those positions, and that's kind of what it seems like Jones is trying to do. He's trying to get other players that will bring out the best in our current squad. We do actually have a lot of talent going for us. So we have Mkhitaryan, Martial, and Rashford, also Mata as well. So that is 4 very talented individuals. If we can get the best out of them, if we can get a system that's balanced, that would be fantastic. So I kind of think that's sort of the strategic sort of thinking behind the transfer policy currently. If that's not the strategic planning, yeah, basically just say if that's not the theory behind what's happening at the moment, then it's an absolute flipping shambles. Let me just make that clear. If that's not the reasoning behind why we're going for Perisic over Costa, then I honestly don't have a clue what the flip is going on with Ed Woodward and Jose Mourinho. I can't lie. If Jose Mourinho is actually deciding that he wants Perisic over Costa on ability, then I'm starting to lose a bit of hope in. Well, not losing hope in Jose. I'm just losing hope in Jose's thought process in that. But I'm assuming it's because he's a hard-working player and he's going to play left wing back, giving the guy benefit of the doubt. Couple of the players that I want to mention that have been mentioned. Mahomey mentioned Romeo, somebody that I've literally been raving about all season. Obviously, if you don't know who he is, he's a CDM who plays for Southampton. I personally think he's an underrated, fantastic destroyer. I think he's better than Matic as well, to be fair. There's quite a few options out there. If we weren't to get Fabinho, I think Romeo, would be a very good asset. You know, sometimes it's not about the big names. Fabinho, yes, he's not a big name. However, he's kind of got that sort of a stardust around him, given what's happening with Monaco. Yeah, Fabinho would be a very massive disappointment if he were to come to United, but it won't be end of the world. Like I said, I want flipping Nainggolan. I've said it very thoroughly throughout the flipping last couple of weeks and months. Nainggolan is the guy I want. So I'm just going to give you the 3 players that I personally would go for, and obviously I'm going to give you the 3 players that Jose Mourinho looks like he's going for. So the players that I want are Aubameyang. I know this ain't going to happen. Aubameyang, Douglas Costa, and Nainggolan. They're the 3 that I'll go for, but it looks like Jose is going for Morata, Perisic, and probably Matic by the sounds of it, or Fabinho probably. I know Fabinho, I've already mentioned, might be going PSG, but it looks like them 3 are the ones Jose is going for. Which do you prefer, my 3 or Jose's 3? Let's be honest, on paper, mine are better, but for Jose's system, I can understand why he's going for them. So that's the only sort of logic I can think about. Apart from that, it doesn't really make any sense what's going off at United. It's a bit of a shambles at the moment. Ed Woodward deservedly is getting a stupid amount of criticism at the moment, but like I said, it's deserving criticism. Please, Woodward, just put down the money. If you want to get Morata, I don't give a shit. 90 million, yes, it's overpriced, but man's are quoting 100 million for Lukaku. So if you want to pay 90 million for Morata and he gets the 25 goals, then so flipping be it. Hopefully he'll be at United for 5 flipping years, and obviously it'll be more than enough to obviously cover him for that 5 years. Just to quickly recap and sort of summarize the whole thing, Woodward's a flipping bottle job currently. He's not putting down the money. Yes, I understand people are asking for stupid amount of money, but just fucking put down the money. Excuse my French, but it's kind of starting to piss me off now. Like I said, I haven't made a video in a week, and nothing's flipping changed in a bloody week. It's a bit for shambles, you know. I don't really know what's happening with the ball. We know what's happening with the Morata situation, but I don't really know what's happening with the Fabinho. Just seems that United are stalling. We have gone in for another bid on Perisic. It's just a waiting game. Man will be back in the next couple of days if something has changed. You know, don't get your hopes up. It looks like we're going to go to the flipping tour with only one signing, which is Lindelof, which would be an absolute shame. But yeah, that all aside, it's been your boy Usman. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Feel free to drop a like, share, subscribe if you're new. Mine is very close to 100. Mine will be back regularly now. It was just that 1 week that I was off. Apart from that, take care, enjoy the rest of your week. Come on, United!